civil society, Charlie understood this well, is not just something that flows from the government. It flows from each and every one of us. It flows from all of us. So when you see someone celebrating Charlie's murder, call them out. And hell, call their employer. We don't believe in political violence, but we do believe in civility. And there is no civility in the celebration of political assassination.
The Washington Post did fire a black employee by the names of Miss Karen Attier, who is the Global Opinions editor, all for quoting Mr. Charlie. She did quote his quote, if you can call it that. She basically put what he said out there. She quoted it, posted it up, and she ended up losing her job just for expressing her opinion. Now, ever since Mr. Charlie passed on, we keep seeing this resurfacing. I mean, everyone knows that America is the country of free speech, but it's not looking like that because so many people are getting fired. We even see that the vice president is saying that, hey, if anyone talks about Mr. Charlie in a negative way, or if anyone is celebrating his death, you need to call up their employees and get them fired. And I went down this rabbit hole and I could see a series of videos of people saying, yeah, A, B, C, D, you said something, but you're fired. You're fired. Everyone gets fired. Everyone gets fired. If you rejoiced at this man's because this man passed on, then you're getting fired. And that is what is happening. Free speech is not free speech anymore because people are now being silenced. Are they being silenced or are they, getting the disrespect out of the way? Let's watch these videos. There is no civility in the celebration of an assassination to court in court. Okay? Hi there, my name is Janita Maya. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, subscribe. Take a minute. Okay, you subscribe? Okay, thank you so much. All right, guys, let's watch these other videos and then I'll come back.
Okay, so you just have to see this. Donald Trump's attorney general just said that they will now prosecute people who engage in hate speech or make fun of Charlie Kirk's passing. Just take a look.
There's free speech and then there's hate speech. And there is no place, especially now, especially after what happened to Charlie in our society.
Do you see more law enforcement going after these groups who are using hate speech and putting cuffs on people so we show them that some action is better than no action?
We will absolutely target you, go after you if you are targeting anyone with hate speech, anything, and that's across the aisle.
I am truly stunned. It looks like Pam Bondi skipped this part in law school, but hate speech is entirely constitutional. You cannot be prosecuted for saying something hateful about somebody. Often hate speech can be pretty gross. It can be pretty abhorrent. Most of the time it is, but you can't be prosecuted by the government for it. Now, if you've watched my content in the past week or so, you know that I don't think people should be making fun of Charlie Kirk's passing or joking about it or saying it's justified. But the reality is that speech is entirely protected by the First Amendment. And the fact that the Attorney General, who's leading the Department of Justice, does not know that is incredibly concerning.
Hi, my name is Quinn Pratt, and I like going around on the internet finding people making fun of Charlie Kirk's death, and I go and report them to their employers so they get fired. And we got 5 more. We have sent out over 300 emails to employers, and we have gotten now 15 confirmed fires. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Gabrielle from Illinois, you're fired. Lincoln from Utah, you're fired. Amanda, another Amanda from Wyoming, you've been terminated. Suck it. Shasta from Washington State, your ass is fired. And Curtis, again from Texas. What the hell, Texans? Curtis from Texas, you've also been terminated. You're welcome. Now, truth being told, I've probably lost about 50,000 followers throughout all social medias while I'm doing this. But I would rather have every single one of my accounts hit 0 before I give in to these people. So if you want to try and affect me or affect my income by unfollowing me, I don't care. I would much rather go back to a 9-to-5 job than let this kind of shit slide. And I know for a fact that over half of this country agrees with what I'm doing. So hopefully they start finding me pretty soon. So go ahead and do your whole mass unfollowing and everything like that, because again, I would rather see all my accounts hit 0 than letting you guys try and bully me into not doing this anymore. And if you agree with what I'm doing, please hit that follow button. Counteract their mass unfollowing of me.
Seeing all these left-wing people lose their jobs and lose their livelihood because of things that they said about Charlie Kirk that were disgusting is priceless. Please keep it up, because this is the same group of people that has tormented us as Americans for over a decade, trying to cancel us, trying to get us fired, and to see it finally backfire on them and it happen to them is gold. So please find them all. Find every single one of them. Contact their employers, contact their families, contact every entity and everybody that could do damage to these people, because this is the best thing that's ever happened, okay? What happened to Charlie Kirk is terrible, terrible. But this makes me feel a little bit better. So please keep going, Internet.
Can you believe that over 650 people have already lost their jobs, all for celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk? Who knew that one tragedy would turn MAGA into social justice warriors? But that's exactly what's happening. Instead of sitting back in grief, conservatives are turning that into action. Every tweet, every video mocking his murder is being collected, clipped, and sent straight to their employers. And people are really getting fired. And now it's going even further. A website called Expose Charlie's Murderers is compiling those posts into a searchable database with names, professions, even employers, so that we know who and where these clusters of hate exist. You don't get to hide in a classroom behind a uniform or behind a screen. If you spew hate, you suffer real world consequences, because just like you've been saying all along, words do matter. So what do you guys think? Is this justice?
Hey, so if you have been fired or terminated from your job because of Charlie Kirk, celebrating Charlie Kirk, anything that relates to this whole Charlie Kirk incident, here's what you do. First, I want you to request your employment agreement. Your employment agreement is going to tell you the terms of your employment and exactly what qualifies as misconduct. You should also get your employee handbook. Your employee handbook is probably going to have like a code of conduct in there. Now, I can't say the same for mom and pops, like if you were getting paid under the table. If you have a memorandum of understanding, or if you have something that says, yes, I'm an employee, and they gave you something to show that you are an employee, that there is an agreement between you, that should suffice. Now, there are going to be 2 ways that you can go with this. I am not an attorney. This is not legal advice. First way this can go, breach of contract. In the state of Illinois, our breach of contract statute of limitations is usually around 10 years. And so you want to look through your employment agreement. You want to look through your employee handbook. And I want you to highlight all of the areas that may be closely related to your termination. I also want you to ask them for the formal separation reason. In your exit interviews, at the termination, when they give you your final paperwork, ask them to make sure it is in writing what the official termination or separation reason is. The reason why this is important is because you need to go and file unemployment. I know this is scary, just happened. You need to go file unemployment now. Preserve your income, get some benefits in terms of free legal aid, as well as possible entry back into school. Now that you have your employee handbooks and your employee agreements and you know exactly why they're terminating you, you have been fired. Now you file your unemployment claim, and I need you to look up, go to Google and search your so Illinois is the Illinois Department of Employment Security. So you would put in IDES, which is the abbreviations, IDES, and misconduct law. That is going to tell you what the official legal reasons to be dismissed and what could possibly stop you from receiving unemployment. The second route would be to go through the EEOC. Now, I personally would still push for the retaliation under the EEOC, but that may be a little difficult. And so you should also look at the Department of Human Rights in your state to see if they have any additional umbrellas that you can file this under. So if you believe it was racial discrimination, gender discrimination, color discrimination, because color is not necessarily race, political, I believe you can do it for political. I'm going to look through these statuses, but this is just like a quick preliminary overview. And then also go through my old TikToks, because I do go through a quick, it's not quick, none of my stuff is quick. As you see, this is about 4 minutes. It goes through, the 6 things you need to do right after you lose your job, okay? Good luck, y'all. I'm definitely pushing this content out. Like, I clearly understand now why God gave me this leaning. And so this upcoming weeks, you all know I'm already still in the middle of some legal battles myself. And so we're going to do this together, y'all. We're going to sue these employers together.
All right, guys, there you have it. Do you think what's happening is the right thing? Do you think people should get fired for expressing their opinions about a certain man who was also very vocal about expressing his opinions? Or should it be like fair ground? Everyone should express their opinion, and it doesn't matter whether someone likes it or not. Let me know in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. But please follow me on all my socials at Janita Maya and subscribe. Yeah, I hope you do subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.